Let's draw our 3. So, for example, we have icons starting on our board. Okay, we have 2 trade. We have the manuscript symbol, the build symbol, and the noble symbol. I should look up what those mean. That's okay. I'm just gonna keep this open so I don't have to switch around too much. Okay. So for example, whatever I do on one of these cards is what my action is going to be, right? So for example, phase 2 states, phase 1. We're essentially doing the card management where we will play a card. Now the lightning bolt means that we could do this right away. Basically it says we can add a card and it doesn't cost us anything. This is when it drops off, and this is reoccurring. So I have to remember what that reoccurring means though. This doesn't have in the back of the book. It makes the most sense. Okay. So we have a lot of trade cards and we have wild. Now if we use corrupt, it's basically going to move this over 1. So that's not ideal. I don't hate it. So we're going to be moving 1, which means we're going to get more stone, which I'm okay with. All right. So for example, we would first move all the cards over on the board. We don't have to do that. Place 1 townsfolk card from their hand onto the leftmost space of their player board. The criminal icon would gain corruption, but it's not. Okay. So we put our trader on there. So we have 1 trade icon, 2, 3, and then 3 of these as well. But we can't really use these because we're playing a trade icon. So movement, we move whatever the silver cost is, right? So we can only move 1 space because it's silver. This is the only way we can go right now. This way has an up arrow coming this way, so we can't go down there. So our action, that's where we're on now, primary action. There are 4. Regardless of which action they take. All right, so we are going to take the trade action. Yeah, I really don't know what this is saying with this card. I don't understand why it's not in the back of the book like it should be. So that's just that symbol means trade. So when we trade, oh, we get a gold. That's what it is. I'm sorry. Now I remember. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 icons. We only need 2. So we do that trade action and get another stone. So we're up to 3 stones now. Okay. That will let us build in the future. We made a trade action, which gives us a gold. All right, so it's reoccurring. There's no other reoccurring action, so we don't have to worry about anything else on the board. We don't have to do anything else. Now, we could recruit and get this card for 3. I don't remember how much I need gold. I can't remember. Nah, that's fine. We're not going to recruit that card. If there's any collisions, which there are not, we will resolve, so we don't have to do that. Then we draw a card. We draw our next card, which is a journeyman. All right, simple as that. So let's go to this card. All right, so the icons this card has is the 2 for these 2 builds and a noble. Okay, simple enough. Oh yeah, and I guess I never talked about when the game ends. Like I said, when those cards run out, there are 12 of them. End the game. So the game is triggered once either property or prosperity card is revealed. The last one. At this point, the current round is finished, then one final round takes place. So, just FYI, I'll keep you all up to date with what that is doing. So, he got that. Let's make sure we do what we're doing correctly. For the most part, solo game is pretty much the same. They always move on the outside path. His character, he'll never move on the inside, so he'll always move on the outside. We're getting resource. Okay. I think we're pretty good. All right. So for example, he moves one spot, right? I believe that's what he does. Yeah. I believe they always move one. Or one. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We have a reference card. It's just talking about anytime you can rearrange or do something, they will gain one resource instead. Anytime you would normally do these things, they do this instead, and vice versa. So, first thing they were going to do, let me move this back for a second so I just don't double it. So we shift all of his cards to the spot. We're done. Move the next card over, based on doing so. Carry out the effects listed on the card from top to bottom. Note that the icons at the top of each card do not indicate an effect. They are simply there to help the AI fund their actions. It should just move one spot, right? I feel like that's not said. But that's what it is. Oh, it moves two. So, what this card is telling me is the very first thing is when given the choice of which card to flip, debt or deed, the AI will first attempt to flip that which they have flipped the least of. If they are tied, they will flip a debt. If they only have one, they will flip whichever one it says. Different actions. So, first thing is moves two. That's what it is. 1, 2. Okay, good enough. Then down here, what's stating is he wants to do this. When transcribing manuscripts, the AI can do this from the outside path. They focus on the manuscripts from the main board segment in which their Viscount currently stands. So he's looking at this, and there's a 3 there. Now he didn't start with anything. Yeah, he didn't start with anything. So he's got 1, 2 of those symbols. He does not have enough for that. So instead, he wants to do his main thing, which is his primary focus. When told to take this action, refer to the top left of the AI's player board for what that action is. He wants to get more marquee stuff. Okay. Can't do any of that, so he would gain a red or black. Alright, let me just make sure this is good. Two spaces clockwise finally. Place workers, however, they only had 2 noble icons and no gold. They will flip that. Okay. Alright. Remember this being a lot smoother for this, but that's alright. So the way that this works, you go left to right. So they can't get a manuscript. They're trying to do their primary thing, which is building. Can they build? So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is it? 7, 5, and 3. He could build. I think he wants to build his most expensive ones first, if I remember correctly. Build their leftmost building that they can afford. So yes, he's going to spend. He's going to build. Again, this means his primary action, which is building. Spends the 3 stones. He has 1, 2. And he's going to put it on the leftmost spot, which gives him gold. Okay. Gains the effect of the building spot and links, just like a human, blah, blah, blah. All right. So that was his action, was to build a building. And again, if we couldn't do that, he would take a red card and he'd flip over a black card. All right. Simple enough. And second turn, let me just make sure I can read this really fast. Feature scheme. Okay, cool. Alright, simple as that. Now, we have our 3 cards. So first we move this card over. So now he's covering some of these icons that we normally use. So we have a ton of trading icons. So unfortunately, it's probably what we're going to have to do. We can get some gold. We might as well just pile up on resources right now. So we can trade. Now, luckily, we'll be up to 5 trading, which gets us a lot of ink. Or we can go down here. Now, let's do some more trading. Right, so we can move, we have to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading icons, so we can get 2 inkwells because we just do it twice. And then each time we trade, we get gold. Pretty sure we can do that multiple times. Gold. Yep, you can do it multiple times. Okay, cool. So we got that. We did our trade. We did our action. There's no collision or anything like that. Thought there was a round summary card. We moved. We don't have to play a card. We did our action. Do you want to buy that card, the Trickster? I don't want to buy that card. There's no collision, so we draw back up. 2, 3. What we could do is buy a card with Journeyman when he drops off and we get some stuff. So that could be good. And we got another trade. So we got a lot of bad corruption cards in our hands. Okay. So now for this card, we move them over. We got that. So the first thing they want to do is play a card. This icon indicates that the AI would dismiss a townsfolk card currently adjacent to their Viscount. The card is removed from the game and they gain the immediate effect on the top right of the card. So they are doing, what's next there? Top right of the card, which means this moves over. Adjacent to the cards removed from the game and they gain the immediate effect on the top right of the card, unlike when does not. Okay. So he dismissed this card, moves the top right white card over. Next, he moves 2 spaces. 1, 2. Again, he wants to do the action in which to place workers first. Can he do that? So he's got to spend 3. He's got enough. So 1, 2, 3. He can't go up to 5. So we can place 2 workers right here on the bottom. Now, when there's 3 of them in there, it becomes a mess. And that's his action. All right, so now it's my turn. We're probably gonna get. I guess we could do like a crazy trade action. Oh wait, we can trade and flip over a card. That could be really good. There's 4, 2, 3. All right, we're gonna do that actually. So we're gonna move the 1. So it's 4 trade to flip over a bad card. I'm gonna flip over a debt, and instantaneously I get a resource. Let's get gold. I feel like I might need that. Okay, so that was our action. That was all 4. That was good. We did a trade, so we get some more money, which is always exciting. I think that's everything, right? Let me just make sure. Do I want to recruit the card? No, it's still the same card. We don't want that. We don't resolve any conflicts. We draw the next card up, and it's the Abbot. So start working on manuscripts. Okay. AI's turn. Slides everything over. So once again, is going to play and dismiss the card that they're next to. Just lets them move the white over 1. They're getting benefits. We'll get into what that is in a second. This moves 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. They're going to try to take a build action. They have 2. It's not enough to build, right? Yeah, no, it's not enough to build. So instead, they're going to flip over one of their cards. Let me just double check what their priority is. They always tend to flip the one they have the least of, which is the same. When they flip over a deck. It's flipping that over. He's gonna go for stone. And then he flipped it and he gets another thing, which is stone. So the way I know it's stone right now is because on this chart it says he gets stone up to 6, then he wants up to 4 gold, then he gets just black inkwells at the very end. Alright. That's everything? Yeah, I think that's everything. Okay. So we move everything off. There's no drop-off benefit, so we get nothing from that card. We can get the Abbot out there. We can move, what is it? 1, 2 spaces. That would be pretty good, right? We can start getting these ribbon things. That could be... I think we're going to do that. Let's play the Abbot. Move 2 spaces. 1, 2. It costs 3 inkwells. We have 1 naturally. We'll spend the other 2. To get... So instantaneously, we get 4 silver. We have a lot of money now. That's not too bad. What card are we buying? Oh, we're still by the same card. Oh wait. No. I'm sorry. I messed up. I switched yellow. 1, 2. I'm not that. You're 2 inkwells back. We moved 2. 1, 2. Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm blue. You would think by all the blue on my thing I would know what I am. Now we get the yellow one. We get any 1 resource. I'm going to get the gold. I feel like getting people is going to be important soon. Okay. So. Make sure this is fine. That is all of that. Nothing goes on there. Do we want to hire that card? Oops, I didn't flip it over. That's not a bad card for 3. Yeah, let's recruit that card. Make sure its only cost is 3. Alright, so let's hire it. Or hire them. Hire her. Yeah, the artist for 3. And then she goes straight into my discard pile. I'll get her effects the next time around. You can hire 1 talent effect during this phase. When hiring, they must pay the required silver. Okay. And then we can play the top right card. The X means discard 1 card either from your hand or draw pile. If you have no draw pile, you may shuffle. So we're going to discard Clovis for now. No, I like Clovis. We're going to discard the Thief for now. Alright, so that's that. We have no collision, so we don't have to worry about that. Draw back up to 3. Alright, cool. Got some stuff. This drops off. He doesn't really get any special abilities for drops off. Alright, so corruption moves 1. They get the plus. Let me just make sure it is what I think it is. Plus icon. Just get the card, right? But they get the benefits of the card at the top right. Is that what we said? They simply add 1 card from the top of the future scheme draw pile face down on top of their discard pile. Okay. Let's get the future scheme card. Alright, so that goes there. And then in the future, that's a bigger deal. They move 1 space. He wants to build. You got 2, 3, 4 build. He can build. So he's got this, the wild, 1 resource. He can build a 3 house. I'll put it there. The better option. Okay. Oh, instantaneously. Sorry, he should have done this instantaneously. And then with this one, he just discards this and gets the reswap option, which means he gains a resource, which is going to be stone. So basically, this card, you play whatever it is. In the top right, it was to rearrange your cards. He doesn't rearrange cards because there's no real sense because I can't tell him what to do. So he would just gain a resource. Alrighty, my turn. So, Journeyman gets dropped off. Now, I get to hire the card next to me for free. Which I'll do. And, I get to move this over one. So that's good. Alright, then we get to play a card. Let me just double check something really fast. There's a corruption. Okay, movement. That's that. The one thing is, when they drop off, I feel like I do this again. It's the only thing I can't really remember. Cards. I feel like that's what that symbol means. Also, just note, this rulebook is rough sometimes. Okay. So, we can get another one of these things, which might be good. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. So we're gonna do this. Moves our corruption over one, which stinks. Oh wait, we have to move 3. 1, 2, 3. So we get this card. Oh no, we get that card. Okay, no, I like that. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. Now we could move to the upper side, but I'm not worrying about that yet. This thing costs 3. So we have 1, 2. We pay the third one. We get this. Now we automatically get a red card. In case you're wondering how this game moves along, that's how. So we got the red card. We're all set up. I'm not gonna do I want to hire that card? Masonry? I think I do. I'm gonna hire her. Or missionary, not masonry. Missionary. Throw her in there. Alright, I think we're all good to go. Cool. Cards. Alright, so another corruption. Now it moves. The way corruption works, it doesn't just move 1, it moves 1 for each one you go. So for example, it's not just like one space it moves over. Criminals are wild. So it would actually move 2 spaces because there's 2 of them out there. It's kind of weird the way it sets up. So 1, 2. So we'll resolve that effect in a little bit. Just want to make sure of that really quick. With the castle, the corruption thing is kind of one of the most things. Okay, so they get 2. They get a black card. Deed. They move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. They try to do the primary action, which is to build something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can definitely build something. They can build this. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They then what are we doing? They got a card to flip over. They'll do the one they have least of, which is this. Get a stone. Okay. So that's all that. Now we have to talk about the corruption thing, which is the one weird thing we haven't really done yet. Excuse me. The way it works, quite simply, is anytime you gain corruption, you move to the right. You gain virtue, you move to the left. If they ever have both of them in the same spot, they must resolve the corruption movement first. Okay. So, let's resolve this. Now, the way it resolves is recruit everything right now. So all players that have constructed their second workshop with no criminals on the player board gain 1 virtue. All townsfolk cards on player boards. All players that have all townsfolk cards on the player boards they don't have. The current player gains the items printed directly above their virtue and corruption marker sit. All opposing players gain everything below. So they gain a red and a black card because it's above. And 1. Now these go back to normal. I gain the ability to reshuffle my cards. We'll move the abbot over. And that's it. That's all that happens with that. Then it resets. Obviously, if you move your white marker further, it's better items, so on and so forth. So. Oops, I never drew back up. Is it the second our deck is empty, we reshuffle? Can't remember. Okay. Not until we draw. So, now our turn. We do our drop off. Our drop off ability lets us flip a card. We're going to flip Deed. Get another Inkwell because we're collecting those things pretty well. Then we're going to play. Nothing that really helps, unfortunately. So, where are we sitting? Down there. We could. Oh, we could get people in now. That might be what we do. So that gets 1, 2. That would get some people in there. That'd be nice. All right, we're gonna do that. Move 2 spots. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna pay all that. Now, 5. Let's get 3 of our people in here. We'll go over that in 1 hot second. We played that. Oh, I didn't over this card. If we want that to help us, we don't. Okay. We did our action. So, how does the castle work? The castle's a little weird, like I said, but it's not too bad. So, you place your workers in there, right? Like we just did. After placing the workers, the current player must check to see if there are now 3 or more of their own workers. So it's not total combined to their own workers in the first tier of the castle. If they do, they move 1 worker to the right, 1 to the left, and 1 up. Now, we resolve the effect of the printed spot, so we get a stone and inkwell. So that's cool. And then we would check to see if it happened again, right? So there's a situation where like you can keep doing this like over and over and over and over, but we don't have to worry about that, so we're good. Okay. That's when it gets confusing. Like when you do it again, then it becomes more things, yada yada yada. It could be a lot. So that's all that. Do we want to buy that card? I don't like the wilds. I don't think the corruption's not going to help, but it is a wild and it's only 1. So actually we are going to buy that card because we're reshuffling too. So we would draw, but instead we're going to reshuffle. I might mess up that reshuffling thing, but that's all right. Okay. Draw up. I got the trader again. Okay. So shift all of his cards over. Alrighty, so first he's going to gain a resource. He's still going for rock, so he gets the rock. Then he moves his spot 1 there. Now he wants to build first, so he's got 1, 2, 3. How much is that? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can only do a 5, which he's pretty happy with, I assume. So he's going to build this house onto here, which gives him a red card. When revealing this, he now plays the card he's next to, which is this, which allows him to discard a card, but he doesn't really do that. What he does is does this instead. All right, simple enough. None of his other actions do anything, so we're pretty good with that. All right, I think we're good. This is the drop off. Oh, we should have hired for free. I forgot Clovis let us hire for free. So there's actually 2 coins back. I bet. So Clovis drops off. Now we are going to do builder. Now we're not in the right spot for builder, and if we move up, we would collide. I don't want to deal with that yet. We're also in a trade situation, so we could do 1, 2, 3. We could get money. Money's always fun, right? Because we could. The one thing we haven't been doing is using money to pay for things. Dismiss townsfolk. So basically, we can use the money to dismiss townsfolk if we need a card bias. Let me flip this one over before I forget. So, oh, I don't love any of this. I guess we could trade. 1, 2. We can go up here and get more stone, which will let us build for the next round, which could be good. We have a lot of stone. I think we'll do that. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Now, the financier immediately lets us get rid of a card. Discard 1 card from your hand or draw pile. And gain 2 silver. So we're going to discard the trader. Gain 2 silver. Now, what we can do is we have trading 1. We could discard this to trade another 1. Which will get us up to 2. Which might be the way to go. Yeah, we're going to do that. Discard this guy. Just make sure I'm doing that right. Dismiss. However, players can only do this if the townsfolk has icons matching the primary icons, which he does. They're taking. Silver, top left. Printed down the left side icon. Oh, we also gain the top right, so that's that. Okay, we do gain that. So that was a trade action, so we get our stone, right? 2 for 1 stone. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's all of that. Do we want to buy that super wild card? Ugh. We buy, we move our corruption over right away. It's 2 wilds though. Nah, we're not gonna get that. I don't like that. Alright, we draw back up. Okay, cool. So AI's turn. Dismisses a card, moves that over. He can't draw 1, so we shuffle up. Hopefully you all are kind of getting the rough idea of this game now. Like I said, it's not overly complicated, but it's good. Okay. All right, so 1, 2. They get +1 card. So that means they get their cards set up there. He moves 1, which goes there. He wants to build. He's got 3. He can do it. Yeah, he's going to build. So this immediately gains that benefit. What was this one? He gains a gold. And that's everything, right? That's all he's got. All right, cool. Do a drop off. Abbott doesn't get us anything. We're gonna play a card. Do we build? We got a lot of stone. I kind of want to put more meeples down below. But I don't have it. 1, 2. I have 3, which means I could put 2, which is something. Oops. Oh, that's the card I want right there, the princess. All right, let's put more meeples. Let's focus in on that strategy. So we move 2 spots. 1, 2. Corruption moves over 1 because we played that. That doesn't help us, so we can't play that card. So we have a 1, 2. I'm gonna spend this for 3 to play. Was it 2 meeples? Yeah, 2 meeples. 1, 2. Okay, that's all set. Now we could hire that card if we really want to for 1. Maybe? Maybe? It's only a 1 cost card. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take it. This might be useful in the future. I know I'm like getting too much in my deck, but oh, that's the card I want to. Okay, so that's that. So we draw back up. What's our card? Journeyman. All right, AI's turn. Shuffle all this over. They gain 2 resources. They're going to gain 2 stone. They're going to move 2 spots. 1, 2. They first want to build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they have so much building action, but they can't do a 5, so they'll do a 3, which they have. So they're going to put this here. Will they? No, they're probably going to do it here. So let them flip over a card. Right, they flip over the least of. Okay, that's that. They do the building. They're good to go. The last one moved their corruption thing over 1. Okay. Oh, not great. Not great for sure. All right, drop off. There's nothing. Now we could do our wild. I'm kind of thinking of doing a... no, we won't get enough people in. We need more gold is what we need. Or we could wild with the gold though. Okay. Let me make sure trader can use gold, right? To subsidize it. So I might as well just use a ton of gold. That's what I'm thinking. Spend 1 silver for 1 extra merchant item. And I can get some gold. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So we're going to move 1 spot. First, this goes up to 2. There's a conflict. We'll deal with that in a second. So that goes up there. Okay. We have 1, 2. We'll spend 2 more to get 2 gold. Or do we spend 2 more? No, we're going to spend another 2 to get another gold. So we have 3 gold. That's a good amount. All right, so now we can hire the card that's there. Nah, I'm not gonna worry about that. Our collision thing, we get. If they have 0, they don't. Okay. So. We get 2 gold. And we get a black deed. These go back. They would get, if they had 0 wild cards out, they would get to move this over 1, but they don't. So that's that. All right, draw back up. Got a missionary. This is fun. All right, so now 1, 2, 3. They want to flip over a card. They can only flip over this card. So So separate a little bit. Then they move 2. 1, 2. We have a collision, which basically we just rearrange cards. So they gain a resource. We can rearrange things. Oh, look at, we were supposed to get a card. That didn't cost any money. Yeah, well, we forgot. Now, I like where this is set up. I think this is... Yeah, this is fine. So we're not going to rearrange anything. Okay. They did that. Oh, they want to do inkwells, but they don't have any of that. Then they want to do buildings. They don't have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, they do. That's dirty. They go here. They get a wild resource, plus they get another stone because they're connecting things. And now they have an extra build icon. Oh, that's rough. Okay. I think that's everything for them. My turn. Drop this off. Nothing good happens. There's no immediate benefit. Let's do... We can move 2 and build and get another red card. We can do 2 and flip a card, which could be good. Well, let's do that. We'll do the trade action. So we move 2. 1, 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That lets us flip a card. We're gonna do that. We're gonna get another gold. I guess we flipped over the deck card. Just realized you probably can't see the bottom of that. All right. That was that. Then we don't want to hire that card or get that card or anything fun like that. Okay, draw back up. Drew artist. Discard a card. Move this all over. All right, so they are going to hire that card, which they just get the benefit in the top right? So where are they? Yellow. They just move over 1. There's a collision. We'll deal with that in a second. Move 2. Lets us rearrange their cards, which stinks because they get another thing. They're gonna try to put people in there, so they can do 1, 2, 3. 3 lets them put 2 people in there. Okay. And then we deal with the collision. They gain a resource and a red card and a black card. Red card and a black card. I get to reshuffle my cards or rearrange my cards, which actually I am going to do. That one drop off. These go back. All right, that's my turn. All right, we're hanging in there. I still think they're crushing me with points though. And again, I don't remember which one's like the easiest, which one's the hardest one. This might be a harder one. Okay. So, he drops off. Now his drop off benefit is that we get to hire a card for free and move this over. So we get to hire this for free. We will. Oops. I don't know why I was moving their thing. And now we play a card. I want to add more people into my castles for sure. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right, so artist. We're gonna take the artist. 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. Now we have 3 wilds, or 2 wilds, I'm sorry. And the artist has a power symbol. Now every gold we trade in is worth 2, which is nuts because we want to get to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 technically. So we get to put in 4 meeples into our castle, which is phenomenal. Oops, I need to rearrange all these. Oh my gosh. Talk about a party in there. So now there's obviously more than 3 in there, right? So 1 goes up, 1 to the left, one to the right. We get to flip over a card, which we're going to do. And it's going to give us another thing. Okay. Awesome. Now, I'm going to buy the card that's next to me. Pay the 2. I get this card in my face down pile. I automatically get to move this over. This card gets shoved up there. Cool. Happy with that. AI's turn. All right. So they... What does that say? Shuffle their discard cards back into their draw pile. They move their horse 1. Oops. Move that 1. And then first they're going to try to put workers into the castle. They only have 2. Do they have enough? No, they need 3. They don't have it. So next they're going to try to build, which they can definitely do. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uses everything. Put a castle here. That lets them immediately move this over here because of the connecting symbol, and they can purchase this card for free, which just shuffles cards back in, but they're going to do it because I think they always do. It's a lot of points to get for that. That is that. I think they're good to go. They're all done. Okay. Hey, Sword and Board Games. Yep, we're doing Viscounts. Struggled a bit in the beginning because I couldn't remember how to apply, but we're getting there. All right. Lookout moves over. Everyone slides over. Oops, I never drew a card. All right, so we have a missionary, a laborer, and the lender. So I guess we can do the missionary. Let's do that. So we're gonna put her in the play. We move 2 spots. 1, 2. Now, when we play her, we get one of these inkwells right away. We have a total of 2 inkwell things plus 3, 4, 5. So we can get the card or the inkwell thing right there. Now we have a power symbol moving forward this entire time for the rest of the game. Hopefully you all can kind of see that. So that is that. Reveal the card. We want to... Can't buy it, so it doesn't matter. Can't buy that. We're good to go. There's no collision. We draw back up. And we got a thief. So thief, laborer. Okay. AI moves down. Alright, they gain 2 resources. They're still going for stone. They move 2 spots. 1, 2. So they're going to try to build. So they have 1, 2, 3, only 4. They need 7 to build, so they can't do that. Their main task is to build. They can't do that. They gain a black card and flip over a red card. Okay, black card. Flip over a red card. No collisions or anything, so we don't have to worry about that. All right. Easy enough. So now this goes off. We could do our wild, so this way we can put more people in the castle, which is what we might do because we still have the artist on play. So we're going to do thief. When we play a thief, we move our corruption marker over 1. We move 1 spot, which is going to be there. So we have 1, 2, and these count for double. So 3, 4, 5, 6. They count for double because of the artist card once again, just so you all know. We have 6, but you know, technically we only go up to 5, so we put 3 of our blue meeples in here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now let's resolve this. This one moves over 1. This one moves over 1. This one moves up 1. We move over 2 spots, have a collision there, which we'll deal with that in a second. This one now has 3, so we move 1 over, 1 over. 1 up top, so we can hire for free where we are. Oops, I have to reveal it. That would help. Which we're going to do. We're definitely going to take that one. So we get a black card too. Okay. So that's that. There's no other 3s anywhere, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, fantastic. Now we withdraw a card, but we shuffle this up because there's nothing to draw. Oops. Holy cow. Oh, we have to deal with their collision. Sorry, we have to do that first. So we get money. We get a red card, which is good. And they don't have anything negative up there, so they don't move their corruption marker. Okay, cool. So now we draw that back up. Good to go. Flying along now. Corruption moves over 1. They gain a card. Move their worker over 1. Cool. They want to do a building action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't. So then they gain a red card. And they flip over a black card, getting another resource for that. Alrighty. Getting there. So we go now. This card drops. Do we want to put more workers in there? We can't really. That doesn't help. We could do a build action. Maybe that's what we do. Oh wait, we were running into a lot of building issues. Ugh. Wait, we can go 1, 2 and build here. I think we're going to do that. So labor 1, 2. That's going to give us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can put one of these out here. I think we're going to put this one. So this lets us destroy a card from either in our hand or a draw pile. I think we're actually going to get rid of the trader, so we get 1 gold for destroying that card permanently. We each gain Inkwell. We're connecting that bonus over there. I get 1. I get 1. We built, so we get an extra power symbol, which hopefully will be good. And that's that. So we draw a card. We get the lookout. All right. 1 goes over. 1, 1. All right. So they gain a resource. Goes up to 4. They move 1 spot. And now they're going to try to build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have it. They're putting their final building up. They're going to do it here. Get an inkwell. Move this over 1. And that's it for them. All right, we're getting near the end game. So, this drops off. Nothing happens yet. We could do another wild. Get our squire out there though, which maybe we'll do. 1, 2. That only gives us 2. We could spend the 3 gold to do that. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Because I think we're getting near the end. So we play 2. 1, 2. We have 2 of the power. Oh no, we have 3. We do have 3. So we can put in 2 workers. Forgot that we naturally have 3. That goes in there. Cool. 1 moves over. 1 moves over. 1 moves up. We can flip a card. We're going to flip another black card. Get a resource. It's going to be gold. So now, bottom row. 1 moves over. 1 moves over. 1 moves up. This one gives us an inkwell and a stone. This one moves over. This one moves over. This one moves up. We move 2 spaces. This one moves over. Oh, this is getting to be a nice one. This one moves up. We can either move 1 or get a gold. I'm gonna get gold because I want to put more workers in there. This moves over. This moves over. This moves up. We can now flip over a card. I'm gonna flip over a red one. And the bottom row has no more 3s, so that's good. This one has 1. So we move 1 over here, 1 over here, and 1 up here, which gives us a resource. We're going to pick a gold again. We don't keep getting the ones that are in the circle when we go left and right. That'd be crazy though. 1, 1. This one moves up. So we get another thing. We're going to take another gold. One thing I want to look up real fast. How many people do we need up top to get that card? I think we need 5 up there. Let me look up in the middle of the castle how many workers you need, and you get like a benefit. Workers bumped in the castle is returned to their own supply. Oh, we immediately get it. So we immediately get the that one, the bonus card. Okay, cool. All right, so that card basically immediately is awarded to the first player to move a worker into the 3rd tier of the castle, which we did. This card should be kept alongside the leader's player board. However, should another player ever have more workers in the 3rd tier than the current one, they take the card. Whoever holds the card at the end game will score 5 VP. Also, when drawing cards in phase 6 of each turn, the player holding this card has an increased hand limit of 1. Alright, so when bumping workers out... I forgot what happened. I forgot about bumping workers. How that works. Oh, I'm supposed to bump out the other color. That's what I was supposed to do, and I completely forgot. Oh well. I messed it up a little bit. Yeah, I was supposed to bump out the workers a little while before. It doesn't really affect what I'm doing, it just affects the AI and what the AI does. We get another one up there. We're gonna get another one of them. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're all set with the castle. Good to go. Draw back up. All right, cool. AI's turn. 1, 2. That's that. They draw a black card. There's only 1 black card left and like 4 red ones. They move their spot 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They try to do the building action. That's no point because they can't. And they're gonna flip over this card, get the stones. And they move their corruption over 1. This way. So they get 2 black cards, which means we are done with those, and they get an item. I get, if I have no, but I do, so nothing happens. Okay, so I was the first player, so we finished out the round, which is what we did. Now we play 1 more round, and this is it. So we're gonna move our thief off. When we do, we get a black card, which doesn't exist anymore. We get $1. Now I probably want to put our last bit of workers up there. So we're going to play the lookout. They move us 1, and we move our corruption over 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're only going to be up to 7. So we'll do 5, which is 3 workers onto the castle. And then we're going to do lots of bumping again. 2, 3 workers onto the castle. Okay. This moves up 1. This moves over. This moves over. We can shift 1 worker over, which is what we're going to do. We're going to shift this one over here. All right, bottom tier. 1 goes up there. 1 goes there. 1 up there allows us to destroy a card or get a card for free. I mean, I'm not, so that's fine. This one now goes this way, and this way. We can shift a worker over, which we're going to do. We're going to shift 1 over there. Oops. Okay. Now we move 1 here, 1 here, 1 up here. We'll take a gold again. That's fine. This one goes 1 over here, 1 over here, 1 up here. This we'll just take another gold. 1 goes here, 1 goes here, 1 goes up here. I have a lot of people up there, which is great to see. And that's the end. I think that's gonna be the end for me. Yeah, we draw a card. AI goes last. because I was first. They flip over a bad card. They get a stone. They move 2 spots. 1, 2. They don't do buildings, so they get a red and a black. They have no black to get. They get a red, and they get 1 more resource. And that is end game. All right. All right, that was something. So let's add up our cards. So they basically get a VP for each leftover resource. Okay. So scoring. First off, we'll do our score first. First thing we do, printed buildings. 6. Not great. Workers in the castle. So we'll start with the top. We get 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Great. We get 2 for each of the lower runs. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Great. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Transcribe things. We get we don't really have any stats, unfortunately. So we just get the 1 victory point. Castle leader, you get 5 for that. Oops. Oh no. No, it deleted it. Alright, let's try again. Sorry. 6. 3, or what is it? Yeah. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 1 for that. Plus 5 for King of the Castle. Okay. Do we have any unpaid debts? We do not, which is good. And then we get plus 3, plus 2. So we get 3 for 1 of these, and then we have 2 of these. Hey, Jonesy. Yeah, it's a good one. Viscounts is good. All right, poverty card. If revealed, the player with the most flipped over reds. They have 2. I only have 1. So they get 12, and I'm going to get 8. Prosperity cards. That's it. Oh no, the middle one's removed, so I have -4 from that. Sorry. Ooh, that's not great. 56 is not a great score. They're gonna beat me with the buildings alone. All right, AI. That's a 56. 56. Let me type that down. 56. Okay. So they have 21 plus 15 plus 9. They're at 45 already. This is plus 6. -2. 1, 2. Plus 2. Okay. They're up to 53. They get 1, 2, 3, 4. 57. 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. So they beat me by 10. Or no, they beat me by 8. Oh, no, because we get plus 12. So 8 plus another. They beat me by 20. They crushed me. Wasn't even fair. Oh, that was rough. That was a rough one. Not gonna lie. Wow. Okay.